我一个人就够你受了。
The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. While not originally a quote by Bruce Lee, it is synonymous with the legendary martial artist and actor's legacy. Bruce Lee embodied the spirit of that quote, as decades after his passing, he continues to inspire martial artists and performers all over the world. His legacy endures through the martial artists that have followed in his footsteps, and he is still considered the greatest of all time to this day. In today's list, we're going through our top 5 Bruce Lee movies of all time. Number 5. Game of Death. Starting from the end of the legendary artist's career is what was to be Bruce Lee's final film, as he died tragically during filming. The film's production was riddled with issues from the start, as Bruce was tapped to star in his first Hollywood film, Enter the Dragon, which caused filming to halt until the Western Shores film was completed. Standard to many martial arts films, the premise was simple at first. A kung fu expert must fight his way to the top of a massive tower, facing off against one martial artist after another along the way. One such opponent was NBA star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. After Lee's death during filming, the project was thought to be scrapped and thrown away as unfinished work. Years later, the Golden Harvest Film Company decided to attempt completing and releasing the film anyway, despite Lee having only shot approximately 40 minutes of footage in the back half of the movie. Tapping Enter the Dragon's director, Robert Klaus, to finish the project, Klaus and the studio had to use some tricky lighting and camera angles in conjunction with doubles and reused footage from Bruce's other films and even from his own funeral. Some of the body inconsistencies were explained by saying the character of Billy Lowe chose to undergo plastic surgery. The film was eventually released in 1978. There's no shortage of criticism for the piece due to its inconsistencies. However, Bruce Lee fans all agree that it's some of his best choreography and a must-see. Number 4. The Big Boss. Originally titled Fists of Fury in the West, The Big Boss was Bruce Lee's first major motion picture. The story follows Chung Chao-an, played by Bruce Lee. Chung has just moved to be with his adopted family in Pak Chong, Thailand. Chung avoids conflict due to having made a vow to his mother never to get involved in fights. However, he's forced to reconcile that against his own convictions when Chung's cousins are murdered after discovering that the ice factory they all work in is actually a front for a drug-running operation led by the Big Boss, Xiao Mi. Bruce Lee was not initially cast in the lead role of Chung. That part was originally to be played by Hong Kong star James Tien. However, a directorial changing of hands from Ng Kar-seung to Lo Wei saw Lee placed in the lead role, as his performance had impressed Lo as well as overshadowed Tien. The Big Boss was an immense critical and box office success, having grossed almost $50 million worldwide on a budget of only $100,000, 500 times its budget. It would remain the highest-grossing Hong Kong film until Bruce Lee's next film in 1972, Fists of Fury. Number 3. The Way of the Dragon. Bruce Lee's sole, completed directorial film, The Way of the Dragon, is also written and co-produced by Lee, who naturally stars in the lead role as well. Lee plays the role of a young martial artist and enforcer named Tang Lung, who is asked to assist and protect a restaurant that is plagued by a crime boss in Rome who wants the property for himself. When Tang arrives, he learns that the restaurant staff is attempting to learn karate to protect themselves and their jobs. The Way of the Dragon was a major box office success and earned an estimated gross of $130 million worldwide, which adjusts to over $800 million with inflation today, and a resulting earning of 1,000 times its initial, tight budget of $130,000. It was the first film produced under Bruce Lee's own company, Concord Production Inc., formed with Golden Harvest founder Raymond Chow. Bruce Lee immersed himself into many facets of his films, and this one was no exception. Not only did he star, write, direct, and co-produce, but he even played percussion for the film's soundtrack. Number 2. Fists of Fury. It's the 1930s in Shanghai, and Chen Zhen, played by Bruce Lee, is returning to Jingwu School to marry his fiancée, but upon returning home, he learns that his master has died seemingly from an illness. However, Chun eventually learns that his master had, in fact, been murdered from poison. The film has a less than happy ending, as it ends on a freeze frame of Chun's last act of defiance in the face of a line of armed Japanese soldiers. While cultural differences between various Asian nations are far from uncommon in martial arts films, Fists of Fury hones specifically in on the historical occupation of China by former Imperial Japan. Lee's character, Chen Zhen, is fighting to defend the honor of Chinese people against the foreign aggression of the occupying Japanese, who looked down upon his people with disdain and disgust. The Japanese's colonialism of the period was highlighted in this film, making it one of the deeper and more sensitive works under Bruce Lee's belt and portfolio. Despite the controversial issues that the film realistically presented on the silver screen, it would go on to earn an estimated $100 million worldwide on a mere $100,000 budget. It would be the highest-grossing Hong Kong film until Lee's next film, The Way of the Dragon, was released later that year. In fact, Bruce Lee's films regularly eclipsed their predecessors and outshined and out-earned them on a regular basis.
There's only one thing you need to do. Pretend you're a dog, and I'll take you in.
Our number one pick is Enter the Dragon. Wing Chun style, Kung Fu martial artist Lee is a highly proficient Shaolin Temple instructor from Hong Kong. He's approached by British intelligence, who asks for Lee's assistance in gathering evidence on suspected local crime lord, Han. The agent who came to Lee persuades him into attending a high-profile martial arts tournament on Han's private island with the goal of proving Han's involvement in drug trafficking and prostitution. Enter the Dragon would be Bruce Lee's final completed film appearance before his tragic death in 1973 while filming Game of Death. It was produced as a collaborative effort between American and Hong Kong film production companies and premiered 1 month after his passing. It is the most successful martial arts film of all time, earning $350 million worldwide, which adjusts to over $1 billion with inflation on an $850,000 budget. It has since been preserved in the U.S. National Film Registry for its exceptional cultural and historical significance. It is lauded as being considered one of the most influential action films of all time. Do you agree with our list? Be sure to comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and be the first to receive new videos from Stream TV.